Hi everyone, this is Arcadius and welcome back to Naval. Today we'll be going over the American Free Speed Carrier Robin. Now, we already actually have gone over this ship, but there was a recent change to her that kind of changes her playstyle, but not that much, but it's just enough that I feel like it does warrant another video. The ship itself is still pretty much the same. It's still just an illustrious class armored carrier, except it comes with American aircraft. However, we have this nifty little consumable now. It's called Elite Efficient Ground Staff, or Efficient Ground Staff, and it decreases the amount of squadron time, or like refresh time, reload time, by 60%. You can only use it once, and honestly, it's pretty much worthless. Yeah, there's really no point in this at all. The best kind of time frame you can use it is right when you're loaded into the game. You can immediately use that, and all your squadrons will be out in the air within a few seconds or so. Any other time during the game, you're going to have all your squadrons landing one by one. So by the time that all three or all five of them land and you press that button, at least two of them are going to be reloaded already. So you're only going to be using it on a few of them. And by the time you get the first squadrons that are already reloaded into the air, the other ones will be normally reloaded anyways. So it's pretty much a trash consumable right now. I like what they're trying to do. It's just not working. So we're going to show what I think is going to be the best way to use this consumable and see how we can do. So let's toss her into the game and see how we can play. Alright, so we have ourselves a game. 1 carrier, 2 battleships, 4 cruisers, and 1 destroyer. So let's see how we can do. So like I said, you really only have one chance to use this consumable. And like I said, the best time to use it would probably be at the very beginning of the game. I try and use it on my torpedo bombers and dive bombers. So right now you can see that torpedo bombers load in about 33 seconds and my dive bombers load in about 15 seconds. And then my fighters load in about 30 seconds as well. So I'm not going to use it right now, but this would be a perfect time to use it. So do keep that in mind. We're going to get our dive bombers out, then our fighters, and then our torpedo bombers. So just a rundown on the ship, since we haven't had a game with her in a while. This is pretty much just an illustrious class British carrier. However, you do have American aircraft equipped. We have Wildcats, Avengers, and we have Dauntlesses. Pretty sure the Dauntlesses. Let's take a look, actually. Yeah, that's Dauntless. So yeah, you have American aircraft, which have extremely good strike potential, and you tie that with a British carrier, which is very good defensively with an armored flight deck, as well as good AA, maneuverability, and even torpedo damage protection. And you just have a really, really good strike package. Alright, so I like to start off with my torpedo bombers here. So we're going to bring them out and see what kind of a target we can hit first. Where do I want to go? I want to go up to here, to Charlie. And let's see if we can clear a way to this cap. Alright, so we have a Fubuki right there. That's the only destroyer. Nice, we have a Grashpe, a Nagano, a Chapayev, and a Kitsushima, a Rodney, Nagato, and a Robin. None of these really pose any big threat to me. It's a stock Nagato. Rodney does have a okay amount of AA, but not a lot. Chapayev, Gano, Grashpe, they're all kind of mediocre. Nothing spectacular. So it's kind of a waste, but I'm going to use my torpedoes on this Kitsushima. With her out of the game, it's just going to be a lot easier. That might be enough to finish her. Yep, there we go. Alright. Dive bombers, come up this way. I guess we can use our fighters to take on these fighters, though we already lost most of them. That's fine. Our torpedoes are still going. We hit the Rodney a couple of times. That's awesome. Alright, so our dive bombers are right here. Let's see if we can go after the Japayev here. She's a pretty squishy target. Though the Rodney did flood. So maybe I can get some permafires on her instead. Let's drop some bombs on her. 1 permafire, 13,000 damage. So you can see here right now, like, my torpedo bombers are already reloading, but my dive bombers are not. Well, Squadron 4 is now. So I'm going to use my consumable, and it does cut down on all of their reload times. But like by the time my fighters were out, they would have been reloaded anyways. So it's probably best to just use it at the very beginning of the match. That way you can get your aircraft out before the other carrier, assuming it's not another Robin. That way you can have a slight advantage in able to get to your position faster, and you're able to get your strike off sooner. Alright, so we're going to get our fighters and torpedo bombers back in the air. We're going to go up against the other Robin now. Alright, so let's see what we can do against her. Our torpedo bombers are just about to take off here. We can get our dive bombers in the air as well. Yeah, I guess we can play a little bit of air superiority here. Alright, so our torpedo bombers are going to come in here. Our fighters are not really doing that well, are they? Alright, so our torpedo bombers need to get a little closer here. Something like that. Let's pop our Def AA. All of our torpedoes are landing, which is always nice. We are under, well, we were under a torpedo attack, but it looks like we were actually able to dodge it. And let's see if we can finish off this carrier. Dive bombers, oh no, that's gonna miss. Oh well. Let's see, Squad 2, you're still up. So I'll guess use you as defense for AA. I'm going to take down some more fighters, because why not? Our Def AA is still activated anyways. Get our torpedo bombers back out. Try and take down some more of these dive bombers before they hit us. And we're actually even going to cap the base. Awesome. There we go, we shot down all of the dive bombers. I'm expecting some torpedo bombers to be coming up as soon as well. There we are. Oh, and there's even more dive bombers coming up. That's fine. Our Def AA is still on for another 20 seconds. That should be enough lead to finish off the other Robin. Let's get our dive bombers out as well. Alright, there goes the enemy Robin. And now we just have to play cleanup with some of these planes here. So we're probably going to take some dive bomber attacks, because I can't knock them all down before they attack me. Alright, so we have our dive bombers in the air, and all we have left is this Fubuki, which I'm not really a fan of attacking destroyers with carriers, so this will be fun. Yep, we got a dive bomber attack, but it just didn't go through the armor deck, and we're completely fine. Alright, so we're going to knock down that last fighter out of the air, and let's see if we can find this destroyer. We'll put our torpedo bombers in the air as well. There we go, all fighters taken down. We took down 57 planes. That's actually really nice. There's the Fubuki. Cool. See if we can blind drop her. Oh, we were actually really close too. Nice. Alright, so we have torpedoes. Let's see if we can take her on with torpedoes then. Well, not if she turns like that. But she still may turn to the left and take some. Who knows? No, I don't think she's going to get hit by that. That's alright. Gonna keep her spotted with our fighters since she doesn't have a smoke screen. And she still might take a torpedo. She did. And of all of that, she still took a torpedo. Alright. So it still ended up being a victory for us. Let's see how we did. 108,000 damage. We had 3 ships were sunk, 14 torpedo hits, 7 bomb hits, 57 aircraft were shot down, 1 fire was set, 4 floodings, 1 capped base, 9,700 base XP, and over 700 free XP as well. We did 9,000 damage in fires and floodings, 85,000 damage in torpedoes, and 13,000 damage in bombs. So not a lot of damage, but our torpedoes did do quite a bit. We sank the Tsushima right off the bat. We focused on the Robin. We had some damage on the Rodney. And we got one torpedo hit on the Fubuki, which sank it. But mainly, we did a lot of anti-air kills. 57 plane kills. This ship only has 70 planes. So we shot down almost the entire complement of aircraft of that enemy carrier. So you can definitely go full offensive. You can definitely go full defensive. It's really up to you. However, this consumable doesn't really do anything for you. Like I said, the very beginning of the game, as soon as that countdown ends, if you press it, all of your squadrons, including fighters, dive bombers, and torpedo bombers, will all be affected at the same time. So it'll give you the best opportunity to use your consumable, because you can only use it once anyways. So if you use it right off the bat, you'll be able to get all of your squadrons out into the map really, really quickly. And then you can start dealing damage with your fighters and attack aircraft. So that is the only real change to this ship. I mean, the ship still plays the same. You still have a lot of torpedoes and dive bombers, and your fighters are really good as well. And your carrier, like I said, you have that armored flight deck, so you just kind of negate bombs as well. You saw that one strike. It did absolutely nothing to us. So with that, I will wrap up today's video. If you liked the video, make sure you like and subscribe for further content, and join me tomorrow while we go over the new set of guns for the Russian destroyer Tashkent. So again, thank you and take care.